Come with me today while I take you on a full walking tour of Eden Park in Planet Coaster 2. I will show you the sights and sounds of this very ambitious tropical resort park that is a tiny park, but it has a massive heart. And I think that's what counts the most in a theme park. And what feels like an eternity later, I finally have the park back up and running. I just went into the settings and removed the power and the ride breakdowns and all that. It's a sandbox park. I don't know why I never really had it disabled before. Anyway, moving on. I've loaded the park with about 1,000 guests. I think we're at limit because no more are coming in, which I think makes it feel fairly lively without any lag. So, like I said, you guys have been to this park before, but there's so many new things that I just want to take you around. And one of the first things is, well, first of all, let's talk about the plaza in the middle. I love this. We build with our hearts. I think it says, can't say. It's been a long time since the story of these two, and this is Emma Willow on the left, and, you know, the man she ran here to be with, and it's a whole thing. It's from a different time on my channel. But yeah, so that's the center fountain. It just provides a nice kinetic element. And of course, let me try to jump. Oh, let me try to jump. There we go. There's just fish and stuff moving around in here. Sorry, my jump button's way down the bottom corner of my keyboard. So, here's some bathrooms in like an eatery area. I kind of like this whole vibe of doing this. My hometown park that I grew up in around is, you know, real known for this kind of thing, like pavilion style eating areas. So, and I think that's fairly common for probably most North American parks. So let's go down to the right here, because this was at one time, I cannot remember what the name of the street was that this was down, but you'll have to, I'm going to link the old Eden videos down below so you can kind of check them out. But if you know this park at all, you know that it's pretty much if I go to the right or the left, I'm going to loop around anyway. If you know my parks in general, that's the case. This is a tiny park, so it's not overly huge. Hyperspin. Oh, there we go. Hyperspin is a tilt-a-whirl ride. This over here is pretty cool. This is staff-only area. This actually leads to like their little houses and stuff back here. You can see like power supply, and then like there's an entire row of staff rooms here. I don't know if anybody's going to dissolve through the wall here or not, but we'll see if he does. Does he? Oh, there we go. I love it. All right, moving along back the pathway. Here we come out to this side. This is kind of like thrills, like a plaza to a more thrilling area from the front. The back of the tilt-a-whirl, and then of course this cool ride over here. I just love doing ceilings like this. This is actually made out of gears with a rotation on a spinner that's hidden like down on the floor. It's a whole thing. I actually have a tutorial on my channel on how to build those as well. But yeah, there's like this whole thing, and it's covered, and I just love it. And if you notice, in today's mindset, you probably know Butterfly Garden has a similar type of ride. Over here, here's Surf's Up flat ride. If you've ridden one, you've ridden them all pretty much. This is a restaurant which I haven't named. I did work a bit on ventilation systems and stuff in here, just to make it a little more interesting to see what I could do. But yeah.
Oh, haha!
Hello. Coming around here to the bathrooms. I love this dark wood look with the stone and the brick and things like that. The whole vibe. Here's Gallop. Now, I may have to trigger these to get them to run. But I think what I'm going to do is put all coasters in the park on test mode. go check that out, and I'll spare you the, the agonizing time of sitting through the brakes. Whoops. Went up in the air there with the mouse. All right, that is Gallop. I kind of like that ride. I really do. I think it's smooth. It's definitely fast, but it's a fun ride. Here's Splashdown and this splash zone, which is along here. I put some vents in and then some water droplets. We almost got wet there. Oh, it doesn't splash here. That's interesting, because it did before. I think I adjusted the friction multiplier and I might have affected the splashdown. Well, it was excessive. That's all right. Moving along. We're going to ride this, I think, is what we're going to do. So, yeah, here's the front of the ride. I think the entire, aesthetic, it's like that industrial, I don't know, industrial kind of vibe. Look at these shops, so commercial and industrial in the woods. If that makes any sense. So, enjoy. And meanwhile, you soak everybody in the exit and Gallop. Jeez. Alright, well that's that ride. I think I like this. I did do a lot of extra detailing and stuff like that, which really helped, I think, sell the realism. That the pirate that sits up there. Frontier. If anyone ever listened to any videos or anything out there, and by chance Frontier, someone from Frontier is watching this, which I doubt, but hey, maybe. Add staff, like the animatronics. Add staff. It would go a long way. You can set up scenarios like up there without me having to resort to a pirate. Back here's just some decoratives. There's actually a tunnel, which you may or may not be able to see. I'm going to go with may not. Okay, yeah, may not. It actually goes back there. There was an entire second part to this park that was planned. Never happened. Here's some of my buildings that I like. I don't like building buildings constantly in the game, but I like the filler that they provide. So I have like this whole set. You'll notice them a lot in similar buildings or the same buildings in my parks as time goes by. If I happen to build a better one, then I throw that one in. Some of these are like my Mark 1. So this is like my Mark 1 style, so like my first attempts. And then if you come over here to especially like this building over here, this is like my second generation. And then if I find an example of like my newest style, I'll point it out. Look at this. They're sitting there on the bench all together. That's cool. It adds so much immersion to have people. But I do hate the peeps. I'm not gonna, don't worry, I'm not gonna flip on who I really am. I hate the peeps in Planet Coaster 2. So moving along, Aloha Grab and Go is here, as well as a Looney Balloons. Wouldn't be right if there wasn't a Looney Balloons, right? Little anchor here on the side. Here is Wild One. This is a Wild Mouse style coaster. Let's ride it. Yeah, how about that wild one? You know that part where you spin really fast on the back edge over here? That is exactly where I would puke. I mean, whatever I had for lunch, all over here. These pillars, this building, everywhere. Telling you. Moving down through the street here, here's a Hat's Fantastic. Ba-ba-da-ba-doo-da-da. Alright, this right here is called Recurse. This is not recursive. Jason, don't say the wrong things. This is Aftershock. Recursive is a different coaster. Look at this awesome tagged pathing. Ugh. So amazing. Kind of hoping he does some like regular path too. Maybe even expands this whole line. So we're gonna jump on board here if we can. Okay. So then we're gonna wait for the ride and enjoy Aftershock. And moving right down through to the exit here. I do love that ride. Aftershock is amazing. I would totally ride that in real life. Over here is Arc. Arc is really neat. This thing provides a lot of visual stun on this side of the park. And I think it complements this this little nook over here perfectly. It allows for that immersion. Believe me, if I could really truly show off like outside the boundaries of the park to you, and I might at the end of the video, I've attempted to provide maximum immersion no matter how much of a glimpse of the surroundings you get. Check this out. I love that. I love that so much. Here's Wild Memories. This belongs to Aftershock. There's a looping right here. We call it Ring of Fire, of course, very original. There it goes into its routine. Everything looks like it's tied in a knot over here because it is. A lot of this didn't exist, and I had to cram it in here. This was a fairly open, kind of empty plaza. So, Ginger's. This is a cute little coffee shop. I do love this. It has a sushi shop on the side, because why not? Coffee and sushi go together when you're riding roller coasters. No judgment. I usually eat halushki right before I ride my favorite roller coaster every year for the first time during the season. So it's a weird tradition, but it is. So yeah, I kind of went with this rustic kind of vibe. chill, surfs up, you know, people that are proud of like this paradise where they live, and they take a lot of care. Hi. They waved. So yeah, they take a lot of care, and you know, it comes across that way, I think. Alright, enough of this sappy crap. Let's keep moving. This is the floating camera attached to Aftershock, which is funny because I've completely forgotten every single time to do anything with that. Over here is a really cool thing with this. I don't know, do we got a cart on the track? We do not. So if there's a chance you might get to see it, the water sprays out here whenever the roller coaster zooms through. Just kind of provides a visual fun. Coming down here underneath the other side of Aftershock on this little back street over here. This is a Viva La Vegan and another Latte Love. And then a little gift shop back here. It's a cute little gift shop. So she's happy. Look how happy she is. I hope you're happy. If you are happy and you're loving the tour, hit that like for me, please. Helps me know that you love the content, and generally I take those likes and double down. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. There's no harm. It's completely free. Not many things in life are free anymore. And I at least promise to deliver something. So over here is a little utility area. I'm thinking about putting some more just items in there. And here is Macaw. Macaw, you'll remember this. If you've seen some of the tours that were done of, yeah, I'm blanking right now. Funland and Coaster Hollow by Finesse Singh. I cannot tell you if I'm pronouncing that right. Finesse did a really cool job showcasing at least 2 of my parks. I have more parks. This park is also going to get on his channel. So you might want to check him out. I have him down in the description as well. You may want to get down there and check him out. He's amazing. He has a real calm way of showing everything, and he generally is interested in what he's showing you, which comes across. So anyway, that parrot back there is from that park. You'll find I use a lot of the same stuff for my parks. By the way, this is one of my favorite queue lines. It really is. It's one of my favorite queue lines. It like the way it elevation changes on itself so many times. And there's kinetic everywhere. There's coaster everywhere. Let's jump on here. I was almost yapping to the point where we didn't ride. So I'm going to fast forward. You guys are going to jump right into it. Enjoy this ride on Macaw. There you go, that's Macaw, and if you're a sharp-eyed viewer, you recognize that coaster. In a different context, it is definitely one that feels good. It reminds you of a bird frantically flying around the jungle. And coming down off the ride here, we come around to this corner, which goes back and underneath the station. This is really neat. I gotta fix this. He's a little wonky. He looks drunk. Here's this really cool lagoon, which, yeah. I guess I'm a little bit busted. You guys probably saw that it had no water. I had a water issue earlier in the park. where the entire park was flooded, and then I removed the water, and then I couldn't figure out where the heck the leak was. So I forgot this little lagoon back here, and as you came around the last corner here of Macaw, you probably saw it. And I just clipped off camera real quick when we were transitioning from the ride to the exit, and I attempted to fill this, and I sucked at it. And I'm not redoing my take, so there it is. I hope you enjoy it too. Alright, enough of my humiliation. Oh, this is dry too. That's lovely. I love it. I love it. So it's never a dull moment here in Eden, that's for sure. Coming down underneath here, we are now on the left-hand side of the entryway. So remember where I said you could go left, you could go right, you could go center? We're on the left at the back of that section. So it does connect around to the thrill area over there on the other side of the park. So coming over here is Recursive. This is Recursive, designed by Loop-de-Loop Coaster. This ride is an absolute headbanger. It is wild, and it's really lit up pretty. I'm not doing the nighttime lighting this video. I may do a video where I do nighttime lighting, maybe an all vibes video. I want you to comment down below and let me know, do you want an all vibes video at night, maybe even in the rain, of this park? Because I'm doing like a whole lighting package, and I could do some chill lo-fi music. You guys drop it down in the comments, whatever you want. Whatever you want, I'll do it. Let's ride Recursive. Boy, oh boy, I'm really annoyed the more I find water missing. that ride is also supposed to be sitting just above some water. And that means the entire lagoon, which is on the other side of the hills, which you can't see. Remember that whole thing I said helps not break the immersion? I bet that's dry as well. So I'm not going to be able to show that off for the thumbnail or something. Maybe I'll get that. This restaurant here, I promise, is not named N. This is a replication of Finn's. The F-I, other N and S never came along with the blueprint because I was tired when I made it. Excuses, I know. Yeah, so it just N. I'll get around to naming it, give it a whole theme, all that stuff. Here is Island Chase going over top of our heads as we speak. This is a fun little kiddie coaster. It is a lengthy coaster. I think it's 2 laps. I will only be doing one of those laps with you. So we'll get off the ride. Excuse me, we are VIPs. Please move. There we go. We're VIPs. All right, enjoy the ride. And there we go. Like I said, we were going to skip the ride. We were going to skip sitting on the ride through a second lap, of course. I wouldn't put you through that. I care about you too much. One more coaster to go before the end of the park. Please let me know if you're enjoying this park. Remember, I am looking for some feedback to see if this is the kind of style you want going forward, because I can do spotlights this way too. I'm a little more comfortable with it now that I've learned a little bit more with OBS recording. Look at this drop tower. This is fierce. Gives you a great view of the park. But like I said, I kind of have the same position as most people. Most of the flat rides you've ridden one, you've ridden them all. Really, genuinely. Here is a cool little mural kind of thing that I worked on. And then, of course, what at one time was the biggest, nastiest coaster in the park. I would give that to Macaw now. I really would, but Macaw is very new. So this is Wild Heart. We're going to go through the very basic queue line. I'm going to skip some spots. It is an RMC style coaster. I hope you enjoy this. It's really is a cool ride. And coming down off the ride, we got a little bit of an area here where there's some planter boxes, and occasionally I'll get bored and put some flowers in there. Sometimes I'll get bored and take them out too. There it goes on its lap. Oh, that's a cool shot. Well, that about wraps it up, honestly, for Eden Park. I did almost do that. Eden Park. For Eden Resort. Goodness. Yeah, like I said, if you enjoyed this, I'd love to hear some feedback on this park. And honestly, you guys are great viewers. I'm going to fix the lagoon and give you kind of an aerial shot. All right, here you go. Here's your aerial shot. Told you it's stunning. There is a few little weirdnesses, like some palm trees in the water. Ignore them. They're silly. So over here is a pirate ship. I kept this area nice and, I don't know, playful, friendly, playful, fun, you know? There's a campsite down here. There's a whole story behind that campsite, too. Here's a great sunset shot of the park. Look at this. Look at that. All right. Thanks so much for watching. And as always, I appreciate it. If you want to check out more of my parks, Google, YouTube, gonna put one on the screen right now for you, and I absolutely think it's perfect for you to watch.